camera deletes 10 pounds,
Okay,
Ann.
we gotta get behind it.
Perfect. Say cheese.
Cheese and crackers.
That's right. Perfect. Thank you so much, Ann Weingartner. And for what you do for the Ohio Motor Pool.
Well, I don't know who do all because nobody's dumb enough to take all that stuff on. But we do.
And we thank you. Stop in here real quick for some drinks before I get on Skyline Drive. All right, we got some drinks here. Just gonna put some of these in the fridge. Got my Dunkin' Creamer yesterday, gotta have that. That ought to do me for a while. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Let's throw them down there. And let's go. Jeep gets a lot of attention on this road. I just stopped here to check my fluids and to get a drink and take a picture, and 3 people have stopped me so far. So here we are. I forget what, I'll put in the subtitle what overlook this is. I don't remember, but check that out there.
Great weekend.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy this beautiful day. The what a view. All right, everything checks out with the Jeep. I've got a couple weird sounds that I don't like, so just wanted to stop and check everything out, and everything's good, so we're gonna keep on trucking. It's pretty up here. I stopped here at Loft Mountain to maybe get a souvenir or something. They had a little tiny magnet. It was like about that big, said Shenandoah. $12.99. That's a no-go for me, brother. So we're gonna head north. I looked at the map over there. We're about this far up the friggin' Skyline Drive. I'm gonna be on here all day. That's okay. I want to check it off my list. So there are just too many scenic overlooks to shoot all of them. There's one every mile or so. So we'll just get them. I'll just shoot them once cut. Just sprinkle them in there like spice. All right, here we go. trees, and it is an amazing view for 100 miles. It's a shame. They need to, them trees gotta go. They gotta get in there and cut the trees down. You know, that's been the case for many of the scenic overlooks and in the state system, not the national system, but in the state system. The overlooks that I've stopped at on mountains are largely overgrown, and they need a little bit of arborism. These trees, they gotta go. Ooh, haul her down there, big dog. Haul her down there. Man, I've been sawing at the wheel all day. Up and down and left and right and up and down and left and right. Supposed to be coming into a tunnel here pretty soon. 12-foot tunnel. Tunnel ahead. Checked lights. Tunnel parking overlook, 2510. That's a view. Holy crap. Just imagine when they just built this road in the 30s. I bet you the whole 100 miles looked like this. This is just astounding. Wow. I stopped in the visitor center. We're almost in the Front Royal now. I think I just mentioned that. But I stopped at the visitor center. You know how I love visitor centers. I spent more there than I spent at the whole convention. Look at this real quick. Buzzards. Dinosaur land. How about that? I always wondered where dinosaur land was. And here it be, right outside of Winchester, Virginia. Houses here. doing right. Young Blood's Antiques. So this is the tourist town of Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. Right on the border with Maryland. And when you're coming from like Pennsylvania down into Virginia on 522, you come through here. It's an extremely touristy town, as you can tell. Cute little town, though. Berkeley Springs Station. Just falls off. Is right on the Pennsylvania line almost. Beautiful building. Imagine all the treasure you can fit in there. All right. Look at that keystone. Yeah. As I always say, back at artillery range. Beautiful farmhouse. See, when I was coming the other way, I was so damn scared of running out of fuel, I didn't feel like filming nothing. This even looks like Pennsylvania. Lincoln Highway. See how we're doing there. Something under there is not happy. I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell that is. Anywho, you can tell that's an old farmhouse. Just the shape, the general construction. An old farmhouse with an addition. So, so on the way out, or down, I should say, we crossed the Lincoln Highway, and I went down that road about, I want to say about 2 miles, until I realized I was in danger of running out of fuel. That is a military axle. That looked like M100 or something. I realized I was in danger of running out of fuel, so I pulled off the road, and I'm looking at gas stations and stuff. Right, there's nothing until we get down to Hancock, Maryland, which is like Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll just backtrack and we'll go to Sheets real quick. Well, here it's up in McConnellsburg, which is that one of those. If you guys remember the Lincoln Highway, it's one of those real steep grades. It like sits on top of the mountain. I'm like, I'm not backtracking back to the Lincoln Highway, going all the way up to McConnellsburg, and then coming back down just to come back down this road again. I'm not going to do it. So I chanced it, barely made it to Hancock. I can't believe I did that. Well, you saw it. I mean, it's just farmland. There's nothing down there. There was an old derelict fuel gas station. The only thing left was the pumps. The building was gone and everything. Oh well. I'll never do that again. I'll never leave home with an empty jerry can. There's second gear. Now we'll climb the mountain. If I were to hold you level, it'd be up like this. Now we're going. That smells like a chestnut tree. Hey! I can do that now because I'm back in PA. Hey, did I miss my turn? No, not yet. Many of you have been around a chestnut tree and know what it smells like. She's stanky. Okay, we'll give her the old hold on here. I got like 5 things always going on in my mind all at once, all the time. Give her the old hand test to the sun there. How many fingers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got like almost 3 hours of sun left. Video this on my way out too when I didn't. Almost 3 hours left. Cool beans. When the architects of the mid-19th century went to school to be architects, I wonder if they all studied that same building footprint. Because most buildings in that area look the same. Did I say area? I meant era. Or did architects even go to school then? I don't know. I'll have to look into that a little bit. So I did a little bit of independent study. We're coming up into another U.S. silica plant here in Mill Creek, Pennsylvania. And building construction was done through an apprenticeship program passed down from master carpenters and builders to the apprentices. There was no official architecture or architects until the late 1800s, which lends itself to why many homes of the time period had a specific form and style and size. In other words, they kind of all look the same. So thought you might be interested in that. We're coming into Huntington, Pennsylvania now, about 25, 30 miles from home. Mountain there in the distance. We're going to go just past that and hang a right, go around the other backside of that there mountain. We're coming down into Spruce Creek now again. Oh man. I don't know if you can see it down there yet. Down that gorge is the Pennsylvania main line, and 4014 is going to come through here on our way back to Cheyenne. Philadelphia for July 4th. You can't see it yet. Get up here and then you can see it. I bet you there's going to be a pile of people right there waiting for it. Up here has a fleet of 5 tons they use to spread manure. We certainly deserve a lot better than that. Hey guys, Johnny here, coming at you from Happy Valley. Actually, this is Penn State Ag Progress Days land. This is their agricultural research plot, and they have almost like an expo or a trade show every year where they show off new farming equipment, stuff like that. It's called Ag Progress Days. Anyways, we're about 10 miles out of town, and on the way out, I never saw this before, but on the way out I saw this, and I decided I'm going to stop here and we'll close the video and we'll close this little adventure off with this. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to look at this. This is fascinating. Never knew this was here. In memory of the Revolutionary soldiers buried on this farm, 1/4 mile south of this marker. George Meek, John Borland, John Glenn. I'm gonna guess it's that tree right there. I don't see any markers over there. Maybe it's that tree right there. That's about 1/4 mile off. Let me get my binoculars real quick. I got my binoculars. I can't see any markers over there, but anyways, fascinating piece of history. And with that, and the setting sun, we're gonna close off this adventure. I got some things to do on this rig, and I got a month to do it. So, otherwise everything worked great. I'm gonna get in there before this car comes. And well, we'll see you guys on the road to Bismarck. Keep on jeeping on. Thanks for following along. We'll see you on the trail. Oh, jeep ass. Bye for now.